Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today I am going to be cooking smoked neck bones in the pressure cooker. It normally takes 4 hours to cook them on the stove, but today I'm going to show you how to make them in less than 2 hours. This is a Farberware pressure cooker. There's better pressure cookers out there you can get for yourself. There's two buckets of, not buckets, but there's two containers of water up there. They both have apple cider vinegar in them. You're going to soak the smoked neck bones and you're going to soak the collard greens. The collard greens need to be rinsed as well as cut up, and that is the next process. There is going to be some broth in there. You can buy yourself a can of broth, or you can go ahead and buy these. These are chicken flavored broth cubes. I think they have way more flavor. I don't like the canned broth. I would prefer to just boil the water, which I am doing now, and then just put the broth cubes in, let them dissolve, and then I put them in the pressure cooker. And then you got yourself a little salt, little pepper, which is just basic seasoning for your broth to add more flavor, as well as the minced garlic. So I'm going to get started on these collard greens, and I will be back in a second. As you can see, the collard greens and the smoked neck bones are soaking. They have 3 tablespoons each of the apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar just helps clean them. You're going to let those soak for about 15 minutes, and then you're going to get to cooking. You see that water is starting to get to a boil. I told you in the beginning, I opened up the pack, that you're going to make your own broth. Well, I make my own broth. So I'm going to put 1 and 2. And you're just going to let that dissolve, and it's going to turn into its own broth. And then we're going to go over here, and we're going to sear the onions and add the minced garlic and flavor. And then we're going to rinse the smoked neck bones and get them going. I'm going to start off by clicking sear, and that is going to be number 9. That is number 9, sear. And let's click on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Start. And then you add your onions in there. Just go ahead and add them. It's a little steamed already because I had started it and then stopped it. Okay, now we're done with that. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of garlic. Okay, that's 1 tablespoon of garlic. That's 2 tablespoons of garlic. Just get yourself some silverware and mix it up a little bit. And now we're going to go over here. A little bit of salt, not a lot. Just let that cook on up. We'll mix it up in a second. See, the chicken broth cubes have dissolved, and it looks like a broth. Just gonna bring it on over here, and you're gonna dump it right on in here. Okay? And if you need to cover them, you have to make sure that this meat is covered so it all can be cooked properly. You don't want it to cook differently. So what I'm gonna do is add some more water, and then I'll be back showing you which number to put it on and how long you should be cooking it. It has been added. Just to cover it. Now, the safe and smart and most important part is to make sure this lid is on the right way. Pressure cookers can be very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, you'll save your life and everybody's around you. So we are going to release the steam, allow the steam to come out. I always just allow the steam to come out. Everybody does it differently. We are going to cook it on 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now click start. And you're going to allow that to cook until the timer goes off. And then you're going to come back and you're going to check that meat, and you're going to see if it's falling off the bone or if it even softened up. And if it hasn't, you're going to click 5 again. And you're going to allow it to cook. But it's not going to take 4 hours. I promise you that. It'll probably take about 2, maybe an hour and 40 minutes. But it's not going to take 4. So as you can see over here, I had rinsed out the collard greens already, and I am allowing them to stay there, because once this smoked meat is done, then I am going to add the collard greens into that smoked meat and continue to cook it. This normally takes about 4 hours with the smoked meat, but once again, it's not going to take that long because you have a pressure cooker. So I will see you guys in a few. It's been about an hour, as you can see. I already had the spoon in it, but you can see that some of the meat is falling off of it. I had took me a couple pieces and did it with some hot sauce and ate it. It still needs to cook a little more. So now I'm going to add my greens to it. I'm going to add my greens, and I'm going to let the meat finish cooking while the collard greens is in there. Now that smoked meat, I leave that flavor in there. So it gives the greens more flavor. If you need to add more water, please do. You don't want to dry out your whole meal, pretty much. Be careful when pressing it down because it's hot. And just stir it. Try to get a piece of that meat at the top. Ooh, sorry about that, you guys. There you go. I didn't make a big pot of it because I'm still trying to watch my weight, you know. So let's add a little more water so it doesn't dry itself out, and then we're going to close that for another 30 minutes. Time it for 30 minutes. And this only took 1 hour. That smoked meat only took 1 hour. I was actually cooking other things which slowed down the process of getting this together in time, but that's a little more water. And you taste your flavor. Taste your broth to see. Taste your broth to see if it is what it is you want. Taste it. Make sure it's what you want and what type of flavor you like. If not, add what it is you want. It tastes good to me. Once again, I've been eating it before I started the video. So I got a little hot sauce here. Okay, so we're going to put it back on steak meat. Okay, I'll see you in 30. So it's been 30 minutes. This is the smoked neck bones as well as the collard greens. Be careful with that steam, it might burn you. Just might burn you, baby. You can see all of that. And greens. And smoked meat falling off of that bone. See all of that. Let me check it out, taste it, see how it tastes. That meat is completely done. As you can see, that meat is completely done. All that meat is done, but them greens, they need another good 5-10 minutes. I did let it cook for another 15 minutes. And you're just opening it up. And this is what it looks like. Look at all that. That's how it came out. They're done. Meat still in there falling off that bone. I want to thank you for viewing this. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and also have yourself a good day. Bye.